You ever hear the story about Indica Man? It's a superhero story. Indica Man was a man who, for various reasons, was going insane. He still worked 9 to 5, but was barely holding on. He lived alone in his studio and would take heavy grams of edibles, lay in his bathtub in the dark, and would think. And that's how Indica Man got through one night to the next, one day to the next. But it didn't take long for our hero to notice that, guys, cannabis does enhance his hearing and his senses. But since he wasn't using his sense of touch in the bathtub, he wasn't using his sense of seeing in the pitch black. It was just an acute boost of his sense of hearing. And again, as cannabis does, an acute enhancement of his compassion. Then after a few months, as he laid there, he would hear all the troubles in his neighboring tenants. He would sit back and hear it. And for some reason, I think because he recognized this gift is not of himself, he had the freedom to exercise compassion. He felt like maybe he was supposed to hear this. It took him time to get there. He thought he was going insane, but or getting worse. So he had an idea. He started growing in his house, and he got pretty good at it. He grew sativas, he grew indicas, he grew hybrids, for a purpose. What Indica Man would do for the people living there was based upon their issue that he heard through the walls. He would roll up a joint. that maybe he thought would be helpful for that person. If he heard a single father who didn't have enough energy to take care of his daughter, he would roll him up a Tangy boy and place it and tape it on his door frame. whisk away into the dark or into the early morning. If you heard somebody had insomnia, by the rumblings in the middle of the night, he would drop them off some of that Afghan, rolled it up. And with each joint that he taped to their door, he left a small note. And rumor has it that in that small note was all they needed to hear. Or rather, it was exactly what they needed to hear in that moment. And he blessed his community in that way. It was a secret. Then the story goes, he got more and more known, and the wrong kind of people found out where he lived. They traced him down. And one night when Indica Man was in a deep indica coma, listening intently to all the slightly improved woes of his fellow tenants, they broke into his house. They stole his plants. And they found him in the dark in his bathtub. In the deepest of indica wormhole. The deepest of trances, and they shot him. Once in the chin, and another one in the head. But he wasn't there. He was in a trance. He was in a trance in paradise. And that is where he remains. The spirit of compassion. They say you can still feel if you go to his apartment. Haunted in only the most beautiful way.